you say and spell your first and last name?
James Murray, James Murray.
Okay, and you are the owner of Aloha Tree Services, correct?
Aloha Tree Savers, yes.
Tree
sir.
Savers, correct. So tell us, you folks have been treating trees left, right, all over the place. How bad is this coconut rhinoceros beetle problem?
I think the fire is going to get worse before it gets better, but it is traveling around the island, starting Kunia area, and then moving up over around the Waimanalo side. So it's going to be converging on Honolulu very soon.
Yeah, actually, I live in Waikele, and I saw some of the trees in the golf courses there, and obviously here in Eva Beach, like more and more trees. What are some of the hot spots that you guys are getting more and more calls from?
I think, like you said, that Waikele area is bad. A lot of the golf courses in the west side are getting eaten because they're just simple targets for these beetles. So it's a problem that's only going to get worse, like I said.
Yeah. Kim told me a little bit about the process of the topical treatment and then the root treatment.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit more about why treating for CRB has been so difficult. She mentioned the beetles have grown immunity to some treatments. Talk a little bit about that.
A lot of the golf courses and cities and HOAs are using a product called Imajet or metacloprid. The effectiveness of that product is only for 4 months. You can only use it once a year. So your trees are untreated for 8 months of the year. The beetle only lives for 9 months. So if the beetle comes in at the end of your 4 months, it can kill your tree without any problems with the treatment that they're using. So it's so toxic that they can only use it once a year. But with this product, it is like a flu shot for your tree. So we put it in ahead of it before you get your beetles, and then when the beetles fly in, they suffocate and die.
What makes your spray a bit different from the rest?
I think we're the only people that are doing that topical spray, which gets the beetles out of the crown of the tree immediately. So within minutes, they're laying on the ground dead. So, and that's a natural product as well. Not necessarily natural, but it's not harmful to the environment or humans or anybody. And then that gives the tree time to absorb the palm tree weevil killer from the ground that we're drilling into the roots.
Got it. A few more questions. For someone who is unaware of what to look for, what are some of the warning signs? If you have trees on your property or in your neighborhood, what's the warning signs that make you go, uh-oh, I think they're being attacked?
Any of the palm fronds that are coming out that aren't perfect are starting to get eaten. So there's a chevron pattern. That means that the beetles started eating the side of the tree while it was still wrapped up, before it opened up. So the other ones, they can just kind of fall in the middle, so that it's just not a strong leaf, because it is coming from the center and the core of the tree, and then it kind of branches out that way. So that's the true evidence. Or holes in the side of the tree, or in the coconuts, or anywhere in the tree that's possible.
Got it. So mainly the beetles eat like the leaves and the top, but how much threat are they to the actual strength of the tree trunk? If it's really bad, could it just topple over in the wind? How bad does that get?
The majority of the trees that are affected by the CRB will end up looking like a telephone pole, because they want to lay their eggs 30 feet in the air. So they eat into the core of the tree, and then they lay their eggs, and then the larvae feed on the dead plant material of the dead tree. So the tree itself is pretty strong. The root structure is not going away, but it just looks bad, and then it creates a breeding ground for the trees if you don't remove those trees.
Got it. Last question. Why should the community at large care about an invasive species attacking trees?
I mean, me personally, I want to sit around drinking a Mai Tai under a palm tree. Not, you know, if they're all gone, then that's not going to be Hawaii. And that's one of the reasons why we started this whole thing is to save the trees, to get Hawaii to have the trees. It's not going to be like Guam. Guam's lost about 80% of their trees, and it's not necessarily a tropical island anymore without these trees, in my opinion. But I think the community, every tree helps, and then because the trees become the predators for the beetles after we treat them. So that's what we need is a predator. The chickens don't eat them, the mongoose don't eat them, cats don't eat them. The trees, once we treat them, they make these beetles suffocate and die.
Got it. All right, that was perfectly said.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, okay.
Let's see how many times I said and